The purpose for this film is to get an idea of what purpose means between a various amount of people in order to allow my audience to understand that purpose has different meanings and people have different reasons as to why they believe they have a purpose or why they do certain things to provide a great outcome for the world we live in.
So as a Christian, I think purpose and ultimate purpose in life is to glorify God.
I feel like it's kind of like something that you're born to do. Like it's kind of like that's what you're destined to do.
It's like a vision. Well, it is a vision that you have in life.
I think that we're all here to fulfill something that's much bigger than ourselves and to give back to make the world a better place.
Purpose to be like, okay, this is who I am, and I'm going to walk this path.
It could be a career, it could be a way of living, just anything that I believe that God has put in each person's life to do.
That is quite sad, that there's a lot of pressure to have a perfect life, but then through Christ we have the best life because we know that we can't be perfect and we can't live it to our best.
So I'm in university, I've just finished second year and I'm going into third year.
I study international relations and diplomacy.
I study criminology. I'm in my second year at Derby University.
I study chemical engineering.
At the moment I study graphic design at Trent University. It's a BA Homes course.
I currently work at City Hospital in theatres on the administration side. So I've been there for about a year now. But I've always been in admin. For 3 years since I've left school. I went straight into an apprenticeship and I've always been working really.
Me in my third year university studying economics at Uni Leicester and hopefully going on to the masters and finishing that, hopefully joining a job.
So at the moment I'm doing a grad scheme where I get trained for 8 weeks in a profession. The profession is business analysis, and then after the training I just get put into like various companies as a contractor.
I play drums, I hit things, I'm a musician, I love making music, love playing music. Yeah, that's what I do. Just finished uni, studying music performance, and now trying to get into the music industry, live my best life.
When I was in my first year of high school, I remember I took a third year textbook and it talked about World War I and World War II. It talked about the peace treaties of 1919, and I was just so interested in how diplomats were able to negotiate the peace treaties and how those peace treaties actually affected the world to go into another world war. So my passion for international relations is to be able to enter into the international system and help shape the world the same way those diplomats had shaped the world in a positive way.
So I have 4 siblings, and every time we were born, like the first day, my dad would like proclaim something about us. So for me, he always said I was going to be a champion. So from that, it's quite vague. Growing up, like he used to always say, "Oh, you're going to be a champion. You're going to be doing this and that." But then it was kind of like, a champion in what exactly? So I think now I'm 23. It's become more and more clear, but it still isn't fully clear, how I'm going to be a champion. One of my biggest passions is music and acting. So that's something I want to pursue, and I think that's where that champion status is going to come from eventually.
You can have a purpose for something. You have a purpose for a spoon or a purpose for a bowl, if that makes sense, yeah. Like imagine, yeah, someone made a spoon, someone made a bowl, and they created it for a purpose. So someone created me for a purpose, if that makes sense. So purpose implies a designer in my head. So I believe God has a purpose for every human. I'm not sure the fullness of what it might look like, but I think my purpose is helping people and in some sort of way.
I think for more my purpose is it will kind of be more unraveled throughout my life. So for me, I'm a believer in Jesus, and I believe that he is fully aware of my purpose in life, and so I think for me, one of my big purposes is literally serving him and just just telling people about Jesus and telling people about why he came and what this life is all about as well. So I'm from Kenya, and I want to like go back and kind of set up like some kind of education system for like kids there who are like kind of underprivileged or don't have the opportunities. Because like for me, my parents moved here to the UK for me and my brother to have like better opportunities, and having received that, I'd like love to like go back and kind of bless the people back home.
So I'm from Ethiopia, and I came here when I was young to study. So I always had a dream to go back home and help the family and help their country, because when I went on holiday once, I saw the state of it there and it was quite bad. So there was always an idea of me going back and helping, but at first I thought I was going to do it through another field, but then we were praying one time in Bible study, and God just told me and like the family that I should go into this field. It wasn't something that I really chose, but it was something that God led me to. And it's hard, has been hard, because it's been a new experience, but through God I'm here now, second year, so it's definitely the right choice.
My purpose in life, or what I would like to say, is that 100% to make my parents proud. Make my parents proud and my family proud. And also do well for myself. I believe in myself that I can reach far in life, and just do well for myself and my family.
Okay, well, I was going to say that as well. I was going to say, main purpose of me is to make my mum proud. Obviously came here from Zim, we moved here, so gave me all this opportunity, so I have to make her proud of them.
Yeah, at the moment it's a bit mixed, because I believe my purpose in life is to bring art to the world, create new designs, new exciting avenues for people to go down. However, I've also been exploring the kind of route of science. As a child, I've always been very, very good with physics, and mainly astrophysics or quantum physics. And that's what I've been interested in for a very long time. So I'm hoping in the future maybe I can explore that a bit more as well.
Towards the end of the first semester, I went through a bit of an identity crisis, and I ended up finding Jesus, became a Christian. Finding out that God has a plan for my life, I was discovering myself through the lens of God. And now I'm wanting to focus on human trafficking, and also I want to be a worship leader.
Do you believe that you have a purpose?
I think that everyone will have their own callings, everyone will have their talents, strengths. It will depend on the person if they're gonna use that talent in a good way, or they're just gonna ignore it. I know people who will say, they're not really good with children, or they don't have patience. I personally enjoy what I'm doing. I love working with children. I love serving, and it brings me joy, but at the same time it benefits others.
I think everyone's put on in the world like to do something. I think when you're born and then throughout your life you're nurtured into being into something, or even nature or nurture, whatever you believe in. I think there's something for you to do in the world, whether that be in terms of like a job, or even like, sounds cheesy, like being kind to people. I feel like that's more my purpose. Even if you don't believe that you have a specific purpose, I think everyone has a goal in life that they want to reach. Like, I think even something as simple as like having a family, I feel like that would be someone's purpose in life. I feel like it's different for everyone in terms of what it means, but I definitely feel that people have, every person in the world has a purpose.
As a Christian, I would say that my purpose in life is to reflect the person that created me, and that's God. I study occupational therapy because I see the value in people. I see the value in doing things, whether that's whatever occupation that is, whether that's a job or an activity that it brings fulfillment to people. So occupational therapy is all about living well, and I think it's really cool that I can have such a great impact on someone else's life and help them live life to the fullest. So I'm really privileged to be studying what I study.
And I think everyone has their own
purpose. We see the roles that we play in other people's lives, and we see what we're good at, what we're gifted at, and it helps us find a bigger purpose. I think that I'm still finding like the purpose, but I think the overall purpose is just to spread love and joy and to develop myself as a person, to be a better person, to learn more about myself and to learn more about God.
Until you're a nurse, you don't really know what the job of a nurse is. I believe my purpose is to serve others. Like I believe that it's to be humble and to serve the people around me, whether young or small, or it doesn't matter the age. Like every single day I wake up, like it's a testimony, and it makes me grateful because I know like there's so many people who have so much condition, and I'm like, how do you have just like so much things going on in your life?
For me, I believe that God created everyone, and He created all of us, each one of us, with something in mind, like a plan, like something we're meant to do, or something He wants us to do. As a Christian, we all have the same. Well, one of our purposes would all be the same, to spread the gospel, to show people the love of Christ. But also personally, I think that I'm called to be a lawyer, and I'm trying to make that happen, to speak up for those who don't have a voice, to protect the vulnerable people.
I don't think I'll know straight away right now what my purpose is. I just know that there's some responsibilities that I have in life that gives me purpose. I have a family. I take care of my parents. I'm an only child, so my purpose is to look after them, which a lot of people would say is quite a logical answer. I also have quite a big family. However, being an only child, that's quite different to normal people with siblings, I'd say that my purpose in life is to try and save people and to get them to believe in Christ and be saved by God, to make sure that I evangelize what it says in the gospel and that Jesus came and died for us, to show people that even though I have like really tough times or I have like the best times, that this is all God's plan and this is the purpose, that He's written everything down and that has given me purpose. And I find that actually makes me feel less anxious to know that someone more holy and more godly than me knows that I have everything sorted out. I think that later on in life I'll look back and I'll think, oh my goodness, God was there.
Trusting God's plan, doing what I know is right, practicing, developing, making connections, and just content, like not being a perfect person, but being a progressive person.
I have to be the best person I can be. I have to be more confident. I have to be able to be honest with myself, be more emotionally mature, so that I can be able to and emotionally intelligent, so that I can be able to understand other people, so that I can better make decisions. And I also have to stop procrastinating, of course, so that I can be able to reach my goals. I have to also be able to get a degree and a master's degree, of course, so that I can be able to get the job and actually get into the system and start my rise up the ladder.
If you kind of have a gist or an idea of what your dream is, like you need to surround yourself with like-minded people. For me, I took a gap year, and in this gap year I did like a discipleship course at my church in Sheffield. And for me, as I said before, my purpose of like telling people about Jesus and that was me putting myself in the right environment.
So the charities which I'm interested in looking at are Rebuild, which is a human trafficking charity, and Upbeat Communities, which focuses on asylum seeking.
One of my main instruments is guitar, so been able to develop loads playing guitar at church, learning loads musically from people at church. Also just practicing on my own, learning on my own, and then as far as it comes with the acting, just continually like reading books, doing research, I'm doing exercises, even though I'm not necessarily acting every day, or I'm not part of like a drama school or society. That's also a plan eventually if I do get a contract and then I figure out where I am exactly when I'm settled. I want to eventually like join an acting group where I can at least practice and hone my skills like once a week or so.
Just hard work, really. I think consistency is very important in regards to fulfilling my purposes in life.
For me, one of the main things is motivation. Gotta keep doing what I want to do.
At the moment, I'm just hoping to probably go down and pursue a bit more later on in life, whether it be through study, apprenticeships, whatever I can do at that point. So might do another uni course again just to focus on that instead of graphic design when I'm down the line. Hopefully when I'm earning a bit more from the actual graphic design I'm doing now.
I think to aspire it, number one thing would be doing it with the help of God all the time. That's definitely what I learned through second year, that I can't do things alone. And even in the little things or the big things, I needed God to help me through it. So that's definitely something I would need a lot to inspire my dreams. And also with everything, hard work, determination, and just seeing how and what journey God is going to take me on.
It's very easy to believe something when it's in front of you. So for example, with me, I say, I want to pursue music and acting, but I'm doing business analysis and I'm pursuing something that's completely opposite to it. Looking at it, in a worldly view, it's kind of like, how are you going to do that when you're not even pursuing it that way? But then still trying to have that faith where, God's paved the way, even though it might not be clear from, you might not be able to clearly see it from your eyes and pursue it.
There can be a lot of obstacles in life, like community, people, social media. Just have to persevere and keep strong and keep going.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Mainly stress, like that's the main thing in life. Don't let too much things get into you. Yeah.
The wrong company also, being in the wrong company makes good to have a good surrounding of friends.
Just time, just waiting for the right opportunity to get involved with certain things, and it's just nothing really.
I think the biggest obstacle that would stop me from achieving my dream is probably me, because I think the biggest enemy is you, is the internal voice in your head. I don't know about you, but I definitely have those thoughts where you're like, can I really do this, or can I really carry on going? Like that internal voice that's there all the time, and I guess eventually you've got to decide what voice I'm going to listen to. Am I going to trust God in this, or am I just going to shrink?
At the moment, I would say it's mainly myself, and also scheduling issues I have at the moment, because on top of actually working and doing my course, I haven't had enough free time to pursue the sciences as much as I would like. I've talked with a few people that are in that industry and that could probably help me get there, but I myself haven't got the time, and I myself haven't got the initiative yet to completely throw myself in there yet.
I think mainly the main thing is trying to do it myself. That's the biggest thing I learned, like I said, in second year. And also just in little things, trying to do it myself is the main thing that's going to stop me, because when I try and depend on my own strength, it goes wrong. So I feel like that's the main thing that's going to stop me in the future as well. And then also, it's just staying productive. Sometimes you might get distracted, but as long as I learn to stay productive, I will achieve it.
In a lot of these contexts today, like in these work contexts, if you don't have experience, it's like, how do you get in? So I think, the aspect of just like finding another way is something that's kind of challenged me, and I guess, learning to just build my self-confidence in those areas and gaining more experience in the areas I want to be in.
The international system is it's a system with its own traditions and the way things work. And as we know, things are not always perfect. And as a student of international relations myself, I've got ideas And most of the time when people have ideas and they get into the system, they're weighted down to actually become part of the system rather than change the system, because people do not want change in the system. So that might be against me. My ideas of change in the system might fail because others want me to actually just become part of the system rather than destroy the whole status quo, I might say.
Do you think you've been influenced by others around you?
Yeah, definitely. So I know that I want to be a lawyer from quite a young age, but I never really thought about why or what I can do as a lawyer. I just found law really interesting. But then I met some human rights lawyer in Hong Kong, and I worked at their law firms for an internship, and I saw how they take refugees to court and then try and help them get the refugee status in Hong Kong so that they can be away from the dangers at home, and I see how they protect domestic workers that run away from their employers because they were abused and things like that. And I guess like seeing people being able to do that in the capacity of a lawyer really, I guess it enriched what I thought my purpose could be.
Yeah, I definitely have been influenced by the people around me to try to aim to be the best person, to try and aim to be, the most helpful person, the most caring. I've got brilliant, I don't necessarily have a lot of family close near to me, but I do have a lot of family friends and friends that have guided me, whether that's non-Christian or Christian. Everyone has an impact on me.
Yeah, because I think definitely, especially going to school and sixth form and everything, and you go into your lessons and you're hearing what people do, and I think there's always going to be someone in your life that you meet and you think, oh, I'd love to be like them. So yeah, definitely, I think anyone in your life, like your friends, your teachers, family, they definitely influence you.
Definitely. Your upbringing, your environment, your parents, everything, that makes up who you are. It makes up, how strong you are in life, how resilient you're going to be. The people around you, they have massive influence in the kind of person you are.
We are social creatures, so people are stronger when they work together. I believe that people around you influence you every day, and you have the decision to say yes to whatever they are asking you to be part of. I think there are people who can influence you on the right path, and then there's other people who may influence you down the wrong way. So it's a matter of just you choosing how you want to be influenced and what you want to participate and get involved in.
Definitely. I think every single day I'm inspired. Even if it's just someone talking to someone and you just hear them laughing, I love seeing people in their best state of mind and them being happy every single day. There's someone or something that inspires me. So definitely, even if it's not specific towards education or business or anything like that, sometimes it's just to remember that, oh yeah, be carefree or be happy or laugh more. So I definitely think that every single day I find somebody new, a stranger, a friend, a family member, that just makes me go, wow, this is life and there's so much more to it.
100%. I don't think, if you look at all the great people in our world today who are where they are, for example, like the Obamas, film stars like DiCaprio, Freeman, footballers, Ronaldo, all of them, without the people around them, they would not be where they are today.
Yeah, I really think support is really key. Needing someone who has been in my shoes currently before is very important, because I would learn a lot how that person got to the place where they are. That person will also be able to put knowledge in my head, and I'll be able to combine it with my ideas and make more mature decisions. And also with guidance from someone, I'll be able to avoid the mistakes they had made previously.
A healthy place to be in is to have people on the same level as you, so people who are walking at the same kind of life you are walking at, walking in the same kind of direction that you're walking in, and having someone older than you who's way ahead of you in life to help you and give you advice and direct you. and then having someone younger than you who you can pour into and help them develop. I think that's just a healthy dynamic to have.
My family's really, really supportive, and like they've never ever like given up. They've always encouraged me, like, you know, because they know, you know, what I want to do, and you know, even though it might not seem like very clear how I'm gonna, you know, get to that point, they've always been encouraging me and saying, you know, you're gonna get there, you're gonna get there. Anything you want is yours as long as you trust in the Lord. So I think, you know, having good people around you who are supportive, and just also holding on to your faith in God as well.
Yeah, I think support is very important, especially from family and friends. They can help you a lot, and having the right people around you, having the right family members and friends who can guide you, lead you. And for me, spiritual people are really important to support me through hard times.
Keep going, Zach. Keep going, you're gonna get there. Just keep focusing on God, and don't focus on yourself, because you won't be able to do anything in your own strength, because you're an idiot.
My future self.
Well, me, I think myself would say live life. Take every opportunity as it comes, man. You have to, not every day work, man. Sometimes you have to relax and enjoy what in the meantime, in the moment, live in the moment.
Yeah, I agree with that as well.
I would say, because myself now, I would say to myself in the past, just not to give up. And I think my future self would probably just say the same thing, because, you know, there are times, you know, obviously you become discouraged, you have doubts, you're always questioning, you know, am I doing the right thing? Am I going to make it? Am I going to achieve what I want to do? I think my future self will probably look back at me now and say, you know, get a grip. Pastors always say at church, you know, there's sometimes where you just got to kick yourself in the backside, and, you know, and tell yourself to get up and just do it.
Well, my future self would actually be laughing at me right now, because it would say how naive I was, because I know I laugh at how I was in the past right now, because I think I was naive. So I think I would also be laughing at myself, because my past self and my present self, I always see them as different people.
I would probably think he'll probably stop laughing and just tell me you probably need to buckle down a little more than you're doing now, because it's gonna get rough, but you can do it regardless.
Keep going. If I'm honest, I have no idea what my future self would be saying to me. Probably like, geez, I remember that big man thing where I see you doing bits. Maybe what I'd want my future self to be saying is, you're heading in the right direction. Keep walking. Keep trusting God. Don't give up. God is going ahead of you.
To keep on going. To not doubt in God and not doubt in what God's promise is for your life, and just to always depend on God. Don't try and depend on yourself. I think that'll be the main thing.
That's a good question. I'd say, I think my future self would be saying, don't give up. Keep going, even when you fail, because the failures are what are like the foundations for your success. So, yeah, I think for me it would be definitely like, don't give up, don't lose hope. Keep the faith in what you're pursuing.